Hello, happy stampers. This is Kate with Kate's Paper Creations, here to share with you my weekly Casing the Catalog video and blog. And today I am looking at page 23 of the 2021 Stampin' Up! Fall Mini Catalog. And I'm looking at this one right here. It won't be exact, but it's going to be pretty close. I don't have this beautiful velvet ribbon, but we'll make do with something else, as you will see. And so let's get started. This is actually going to be considered a slimline card, so it's taller. And let me show you the finished one that I did. And it is 4 inches wide by 7 1/4 inches long. So you can make an envelope for this from some DSP, or it would fit in a standard number 10 envelope. So still mailable if you keep the bulk down a little bit. So let's get started. The first thing I want to show you is all the products I'm going to be using. I'm using the Encircled in Friendship bundle. I'm going to be using the dies for this, and then I'll show you how I did my sentiment. The basic color is Smoky Slate for the base. The DSP Designer Series papers come from Peaceful Place, and that is in the Celebration catalog, and you can get this beautiful paper for free by placing an order from any catalog of $50. So this is one of the papers, and it's got sparkle in it, and then the other side is the beautiful plaid. Then there's this one that has stars in the sky, and then it's got these gorgeous trees, and so this would make great scrapbook paper, but also there's ways you can make it work for your cards. We'll have to work on some of that. The back side are these lovely diamond shaped grays. Then there's this one, and it's got raised silver shiny on it, and the back side are just trees on gray, white trees on gray. This one we've already seen. I pulled it out of order. Here's some that's got silvery wood grain. Oh, just so lovely. And then on the back, here's some lovely trees and snow scenes. Aren't they pretty? And then there's this one also with some shimmer. And the back side has the cabins. And and chalets. Think about what you could do with that. And then here's this one that's white. Oh, look at that. I can see cutting some of this and putting it on a card and adding some things to it. And then the back side is just a kind of a gray and white. Beautiful papers, and you can get them from the I thought this was in the Celebration, but I don't think it is, now that I may double check myself and make sure I'm not getting that wrong. Peaceful Place is actually in the mini, on page 37, but it is beautiful, beautiful paper. So you might want to think about getting some. Sorry for my mistake. Okay, so basic gray, you're going to cut it 8 by 7 1/4, score it at 4 to make a side fold card like that. Then you're going to cut 5, I think it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these from the paper, and they are cut at 3 1/2 this way by 1 1/4 this way, and there's 5 of them. Now here's where I use my temporary adhesive, because I want to get the layout and not have to guess. So I'm going to put just a small patch of removable or repositional adhesive, and I'm going to check my layout. So I'm going to put on the top one, and then I'm going to put the bottom one on with the same gap, hopefully, from the top one, and then I'll adjust these so that I know where I want them to go. That's going to work out just perfect. Yeah, but that helps me know where they go, and then I can pull them up and adhere them one at a time without having to, worry about placement, because I can already see where they're going to go. So, and then I can just put it right back on there. And so it's just getting it from side to side as centered as I can, making sure I'm as square with the world as I can be. And then the second one. It's really not a very difficult card at all. It's totally, really quite simple. As long as you use your dies and everything, and you'll see how many of each thing I need. And I may not have done it exactly the way they did it. It looked like they might have elevated it a little bit more, but I wanted to keep it mailable. So I might not have elevated mine as much as they did, but that is my choice, and that is your choice. Tim, my husband, he watches this chef show, and the guy that's doing the cooking sometimes makes the cutest little quips. I'll have to start coming up with some of what he does. So there's the front of the card. Then I took a strip of that same DSP, because I felt like the inside was just way too plain, and I'm going to put a piece of that on the inside, just down the side here, to add some sparkle to the inside of my card, just like that. And then we'll trim off. Where's my scissors? We'll trim off that extra, just like that. So that's going to go on the inside. Just gives it some brightness. Now, to make this piece, you need one of these, which is, open this up, which is this die. Okay, so one of those. Then you need one of these, which is this die, and this will only punch out, it will not cut out the whole piece. Then you have to come back with this piece, and I tried, see, they fit together. I'm not being very clear. So they fit together like this. When you use this one by itself, it will punch out this, but it won't punch it totally out of the card. It just makes the design in the cardstock. So if you want to cut it out so that it looks like this, you then have to put this around. Now, I tried to run these through together to put them on my cutting plate, and I got some washi tape, and I got it all centered and everything, and I ran it through, and it didn't do a good cutting job. So I ended up doing this one first, then taking my piece and adding this to it and running it through a second time to get this piece cut out. Just so you know, that's what I ended up doing. Then you need one of these die, also from silver. Okay, so that's that one. And then you're going to do this one here from white. So it's every other one. Okay, just so you knows. And here's how I layered them. I started with this one, and I attached this one, and I lined up the bumps in between the pieces that stick out. So you can see that, I hope. Try and get it so you can see it. So that this comes up between those others. Okay? And I just put this on with a glue pin. I didn't want I wasn't concerned about the whole thing sticking down, so I didn't use adhesive, the adhesive sheets. But I'm just going to take my glue pin and I'm running a bead all the way around this inner ring. Just like this. And then get it lined up. And stick it down. And you want to be careful, because if you get glue where you don't want it on this foil, it leaves a mark, and it's really hard to, you can't clean it off, and it leaves kind of a mark. So try to avoid doing that. Get your placement really well. So that's that piece. Now this piece I put on with dimensionals, and I just put 4 dimensionals right in the center. This foil, I forgot to tell you, is from the silver foil specialty paper that's in the mini catalog, and there's 3 different colorations, textures, not really texture, just colorations of silver in there, in that package. Now I'm going to center this one right on here and raise it up like that. Now, in the catalog, on the card that they had there, they had this cute little "Let It Snow" phrase, and I don't have that. So I decided to try and imitate it. So I just got out my black journaling pen, and I looked at what it looked like, and I printed it myself. Just like that. And that sentiment must have had a, I'm going to have to pause for just a moment because I have to go get my stamp pad. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get my silver ink pad. Now, this is an ink pad Stampin' Up! Sold for a time. It was a specialty item, and they no longer carry it, but I saved it because I saved it and the gold, because sometimes I just need silver or gold ink. And this particular little design had little stars or snowflakes that came down around it, and they were silver. So I got a blender pen that I had, and I'm just putting the tip into the silver ink pad, and then I'm just making little crosshatch, get it so I can see it, crosshatch stars. My lighting is not very good for me here. Let's see if I can. And it works really well. It's probably hard to see on the video, but I'll hold it up when I'm done here so you can see it. You can see it on here, on this one, where the lighting is. I made 3 of them there and 1 up there. And so it's just, you know, cross, cross, and then diagonals, so that you end up with all those cute little stars. Okay? So that's what I'm doing here. And some can be bigger and some can be smaller. It's just however you decide to make them. This one needs to be a small one. And there we go. Okay. Then this one I attached flat to that. So I just have that. And that's just going to get centered right here. Okay. Then I have a piece of this. This is the glittered organdy ribbon. And I am going to just run tape down the back side of this. And this particular won't actually do that. It will work better with my I have to clean that up. And this just is going to come down from the top of the card. It's just going to be centered and stuck on the top of the card, so it looks like it's hanging the ornament. That looks pretty good. Like that. It's okay if it's a little bit long, because then this is going to go over the top of it like this, and this is going to go on with dimensionals. So we'll get a little bit more of a lift, and just put a few of those on there. Doesn't need a lot to hold it up. It's pretty sturdy. This one's not wanting to come apart. We'll get a different one. There we go. And we'll put that here. And then we'll make a bow. I've got someone coming in just a little while, and so I'm trying to get this video done before she arrives. And she has a tendency to come early, so I'm trying to rush just a little bit here. Get my bow made. There we go. I have about 10 inches or so of this ribbon to make the bow. And then I'm going to attach it with glue dots. And I'm just going to set that aside so I can get that done and bring in this finished card again. So I made the bow and I attached it with glue dots up there, and there is today's Casing the Catalog video using the Encircled in Friendship dies and a few other things. I hope you enjoyed today's video.